So one of the things you talk about at length is sort of divorcing the socialization aspect of school from the knowledge and content aspect. And I'm kind of wondering how that structure creates more space for a student, I don't know, who's starting in 2030 or something, to sort of have an individualized or deeper experience with the content they're learning. Why is that space important?
Oh, I think it's not the, it's not that the knowledge is separated from something else. I mean, they both,
aspect, and I'm kind of wondering how that structure creates more space for a student, I don't know, who's starting in 2030 or something, to sort of have an individualized or deeper experience with the content they're learning. Why is that space important?
oh, I think it's not the, not that the knowledge is separated from something else. I mean, they both, it's the purposes. The socializing purpose is distinguished from the academic purpose, because the academic purpose of learning history is different from the social purpose. Every American tends to learn history in such a way that they realize they learn the American story and why being American is terrific. Strangely enough, the French do something similar, but they have a different conclusion. I can't, and around the world. So one part of the way in which we study most things has that socializing purpose. But if you actually want the students to also learn history as an academic activity, they need to approach it differently. It doesn't mean that it's going to be more boring. It can be equally interesting, and indeed should be equally interesting. It's just that what your purpose is will be different. And the same with things like, English literature, or English as a subject, language arts. So that, and I try, I think, in the book a bit to differentiate, show why, if you have different purposes, it doesn't make sense to try to do them both at the same time, if you can do both of them more efficiently, separately. So that's the reason for the differentiation. It's for increasingly efficient schooling, which maybe doesn't seem to sit well with passion and emotion, but efficiency does seem to be a very worthy aim as well.
With all the tools that Time to Know gives me, I can accommodate all of those students so I don't lose anyone.
It puts almost like 23 teachers in the classroom at the same time, because she could pull a small group to herself and work with them, and it's tracking data the whole time the kids are learning, so she can customize their lessons for them.
I'm meeting quite a few individualized needs within a shorter period of time, which is fantastic.
We have gifted and talented students, we have regular education students, we have English as a second language students, we have special ed students. And the way that the technology is set up, the classroom teacher can meet each of those individual student needs within the structure of the whole classroom environment.
You cannot tell my low kids from my high kids in Time to Know. I have a couple of kids who I thought about retaining because they didn't get it in the classroom. But in Time to Know, they're one of my smartest kids.
It's very amazing, and it's great for you to learn more about what you're struggling on.
You can do it your way. normal students are not succeeding because they are not treated as individuals. Examples of individualized instruction include active responding, which teaching that they are to take in, positive conditions and consequences, or the specific of objectives, the specification of objectives, of material, the mastery before advancing, making sure that the children are aware of what they should have learned. Then we have the evaluation of objectives, the frequent evaluation, and we have the personalization. Here we have in their own way and be successful. This is basically the case straight across the board from what I basically saw. With all the YouTube videos I saw, the internet, and then also from personal experience, individualized instruction teacher stated in the video, she felt that she was able, that she felt that there were children that she needed to retain. However, she was able to not retain those children as a result of one of the programs that she was using for her individualized instruction. Help with individualized instruction is a simple Word document which basically just contains information that you want to gather from the inmate in this case, because many of the individuals in the federal prison system, they have an education level of first, second, third grade. Not all of them, but there are a lot that did not receive their high school diploma. That is a tool to assess exactly where they were when they started, where they are when they ended, and whether further remediation needs to be involved. Question was in regards to the learning environment of the individualized student. Is it something that individuals are able to continue on, whether or not they are in this type of environment, or if it's something that they have to continue doing at their own pace? In many cases, there usually are ways to continue with their enhancement of their learning if given the opportunity. This would conclude my presentation. If you have any